Now my voice sounds sick, but that's okay because this thing looks sick. Oh, right on the curve. This has been quite a good year for short course and trophy trucks. Most recently with the Hosum Majarko, kind of a competitor to this really. We got the FMS Bronco trophy truck, and before that the FMS Ridge Racer, and a few others in between. But this thing, this really looks good. Now looking at the pictures online, the green one looked the best to me, so that's the one that I got. Now I know that this is like the 1 millionth review on this car probably by now. Maybe not, I don't really know. I have not watched any videos on this yet. Oh, that's upside down. Hold on. Yes, that green's pretty bright. That's what I was hoping for. Oh yeah. Now this says here on the box, massive ground clearance. That's really good because that's where this one was lacking the most. A big ol' 6S capable motor, 2050 kV, 3000 watt extreme power, 150 amp ESC, programmable, that's cool. 25 kilogram steering servo. Now this is my first Team Corrali, by the way. Let me get everything. Big bore shocks, oversized composite suspension arms, S2 steel drive joints, CNC machined steel gears, center differential looks like, CNC machined aluminum hinge pin brackets, extreme drive shafts, splash proof electronics, and 62 miles an hour. That's pretty darn fast. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The body is in a whole bag. Yeah, that looks good in there. Let's get the body on here first. Comes with a bigger pinion gear. That's probably how you hit that 62 miles an hour. A lanyard and manuals on the car, the controller, and the ESC. The transmitter even has holes you can put your fingers in. Controller does feel pretty nicely. I like the tension on the trigger. One thing I don't know is if this has a gyro on it. There's no specific knob for controlling it. Any of the stickers that go on are already applied and they're not overdone. There's not too many of them. I like this netting in the window. It's an actual open window with netting in it. Plastic netting. Driver and passenger, they're ready to go on an adventure, that's for sure. So like I was saying, I know that this is, there have been many reviews prior to this one, so I'm going to do my best to make it different. I'm going to go to as many different types of terrain as I can. Some smooth dirt, rough dirt, in between dirt. Maybe I'll be able to find some gravel, concrete, asphalt, to try to best simulate a many months after purchase type of review, if that makes sense. So the body is... That's pretty darn thick. Thick bodies are usually good. Occasionally though, they'll split easier. It's thicker here around where the body posts go in, which is awesome. It's also thicker on the bumper than it is here on the sides. I like that. I like that they beefed it up in the places that are more likely to get torn. Tethered body clips. Now for the good stuff. You got a nice big old chunky motor. We already saw that it was 2050 kV. As far as can size, I don't know. It is a 4074. Suspension feels really nice. It bounces back as one would expect. Aluminum shock towers. Those are pretty thick. There's those S2 drive joints. The out drives of the center diff. The inputs and out drives of the front and rear diffs as well. Steel drive shafts, metal sleeve over the wheel cups. Oh, XT90 connectors. And it comes with an adapter if you're only running one battery. I'm gonna have to be using EC5s because that's all I've got, but they will fit. Metal chassis with some laser etching. The plastic bumpers also wrap down and serve as chassis guards, and the screws even have aluminum inserts to protect the plastic. That is a very minor but super awesome detail. Well, we've got droop screws, front also, yep, front and rear droop screws. Like it said on the box, oversized control arms. These are pretty darn big for the car. That's like what you would see on a basher type vehicle, a monster truck for jumping off big ramps. Yes, we're gonna be jumping this car. Don't you worry. Like I said, trying our best to simulate long-term ownership. The shocks are adjustable and have metal bodies, plastic guards over the top, steel standoffs. The front bumper is really flimsy on the sides. It's designed to be that way, it seems. But the middle of the bumper, the main portion of the bumper is extremely strong. The rear, yeah, kind of the same. It's made to flex on the sides, but the meat of the bumper in the middle is very strong. We got a metal brace going tower to tower on the top, along with plastic triangulating braces going from those towers down into the chassis. A body desmashifier sitting up here on the top. That's designed to keep the body from getting smashed too badly if it lands on the roof. Pillow ball style suspension in the front. There's those beefy hinge pin brackets it showed us on the box. Definitely a lot of meat there. Sway bar links in the front and in the rear. The receiver is inside a box. As it said, they are splash-proof electronics, but not submergible. More of those aluminum screw inserts. I love that. That's awesome. Looks like a standard size steering servo, 25 kilogram. There is an adjustable servo saver. There's no adjustability as far as tie rods or toe or camber, all of that. You might be able to adjust camber with the pillow balls, but maybe not. The tie rods are not adjustable. You can see that center diff, just like shown on the box, is metal cased. It's a little hard to see, but it is open down here. So I'm touching the spur gear right now, and there's no opening on the bottom. So there is possibly a danger of rocks getting in there. Motor mount is sliding adjustable. This is only a 16 tooth pinion, so I assume what's on there is maybe a 13. We will do speed tests with the stock pinion that it comes equipped with, and then we'll also do the rest of the truck driving with the higher speed pinion. I'm pretty excited about this car. This looks really well done, really well made. Again, this is my first Corrali, and all I can say so far is I think they've done a swell job. But we will let the terrain do the talking the rest of the time, except for the end when I give you my thoughts and stuff. Now, I want to get a look at one of these bearings, see if they're sealed bearings, and that got me to notice it didn't come with a wheel wrench. Ugh. Wheel pin is secured with a Allen key. Need some pliers. All right. Yep, sealed ball bearings, somewhat familiar style construction up here, metal caps, metal adapters for the tie rods, so these knuckles look like they'll work left or right. If I think of anything else, I'll bring it up later. The tires do feel pretty good. They don't feel ultra sticky. They feel like the car should be able to slide around pretty well. How about differential tuning? Yep, that feels like it is somewhat tuned. Not extremely thick fluid, but definitely not just wide open. The front feels like it's probably got some fluid in it as well, and the rear might also, but it's not as thick as the front. Typically, that's what you want. That's what you want to see. So, the suspension sits up kind of high on this, actually, which is going to be better for some things. Not going to leave it how it is for now, but the shocks are already turned down a little bit. So if we do feel like it's too high, we can adjust that shock collar back up, and that'll drop the ride height a little bit. If you push it down to more where you think it would be, then it has a very similar ride height to the Majarco. All right, we're gonna start here. Somewhat familiar place. There's a bunch of string. I'm gonna try to avoid it. Whoa, feisty off the bat. Okay, it does have a gyro. Question answered. Oof. This car definitely feels like it's got some speed in it. Oh. I don't know if you can adjust the gyro. I'll look later. I'll just turn down the steering dual rate a little bit. Maybe a little tip happy on the pavement. Yep. All right, next place. I think I'm gonna lower that suspension down. See, on the dirt, it's not rolling over as easy. So far. I have traveled down yonder henceforth pretty much just for the speed tests. Stock pinion, then we'll switch it, high speed pinion, and then we'll go to more places. I might burn it around here for a minute and go. All right, hold on. A little bit of steering trim. Vehicles like this that aren't necessarily designed for high speed get wild when you try to do that. Whoa! That's exactly what I mean. The brakes work really well. One more, because I am getting full trigger. I have not yet lowered the suspension. I'm gonna do that probably in a minute. I am expecting body damage at this point. Man, it does. It stops really well. Oh, stand in the shadow. 52. Now it does seem like this is gonna be an easy pinion swap. Most of them are. You gotta remove the little O-ring on this pin. Don't lose it. Remove pin, hinge that up, and then take out these screws. Remove the side panel here to access the set screw. That's a 13 tooth. What was the other one, a 16? Yeah, 16. So far, all these screws that need it have the perfect amount and type of Loctite. It's blue, not red, and it's not overdone. All right, slightly lowered suspension. It does look better that way. It still has a little more room to go too. Oh. That's this poor thing. God, I'm gonna stop there. That's too much. Car can handle it, I can't handle it. It's hard to control at high speed. But we shall see the numbers in which we achieved. Honestly, it might be less than before. 53. Check this out. Just got my EC5 to XT90 adapters. We're about to take this out again. I'm gonna test durability. I'm gonna do some stuff you really shouldn't be doing because it's not good for the car, but we're going for longevity testing here. You know, I was just thinking, Corelli's taken on quite a bit of competition with this. Yeah, look at my slew of adapters. It's adapter city here. I got these guys too. Only one adapter for those. But they've seemingly so far made this rather robust. It's very fast. So fast you really can't even get it to the top speed. I'm sure some people will be able to get that 60 miles an hour, but I was ready to move on. But basically, there's a lot of competition and it feels like Corelli built this to potentially beat all of them. I've adjusted the suspension. It's almost all the way down, but there's still a little bit more room to go, a little bit less in the front. In my opinion, it does look a lot better sitting down, you know, and not being up so high. But of course, when you do that, that really takes away your ground clearance. Now, there's nothing in the owner's manual about a gyro, but I swear it felt like it had one. Maybe I'm wrong. Acorns everywhere. Oh! Well, you're bound to hit some trees with some long-term use. Oh my God, wow. The grass is still really wet. Oh yeah, works great in the grass. It hasn't even traction rolled yet. Oh. Missed. Misjudged that. Oh, did it again. Okay. We got this baseball diamond here, and that's the only dirt. The dirt's definitely dry. Oh, there's one. Where's the wind when you need it? The grass out here in the sun is dry. It definitely slides around better in the wet grass, as one could imagine. Why did I think this had a gyro? Am I wrong? It really feels like it's kind of correcting itself. That is the most hollowed out tree I've ever seen, and it's still alive. Probably things living in it, but the hollowness just keeps going. All right, here's my gyro test. Let's see if the wheels look like they're correcting. It's like, sort of. So no, it does not have a gyro. But the suspension seems well engineered to where it kind of helps correct itself. So swapping batteries and ew, and it's actually riddled with ants. Nasty. They're definitely about to go for a ride. I cracked myself up there. Ew, they're everywhere. These ants are about to fly. And that one's a spider, I think. Look how much suspension travel the rear of the car has. Lots and lots of travel. Wow. Oh, that's right. There's no way to drive it back up here. Ow, right in the leg. Oh, ouchie. It was going good and the curb knocked it into me. Whoa, barely missed it. Well, now I gotta try to clear that. Easy. In case you were wondering, yes, this is the thing I was saying you should not do to your RC car. But it's great to know that it can handle it. Oh, right on the curve and then bounced over the other one. Oh, okay. Now let's do a jump and land on the down bank. Oh yeah, over the wall. Judging by math, that will not reach. There we go. Uh-oh. I honestly can't tell. Well, we're just gonna have to try it. It's gonna be close. Oh! Yes! I was just trying to land it in the grass and Shiroi was like, no dude, we're going further. I hope it fits. Yes! Whoa, that was a perfect flip trick. Yeah, lowering that suspension made a big difference. It will traction roll, but nowhere near as easy. Oh, this poor body, man. I've tried not to look at it yet, but it's definitely got some cracks. God, showered in dirt. Oh, the whole house looks dusted. Even when it does flip, it likes to land back on the wheels most of the time. Yes, what we have here is a vehicle, a short course truck, in which they tried to pack everything, all the skills into it, I think. Or something like that, anyway. It's super fast, it does handle well, but it also depends on how you set the suspension. Just like the Hosa Majarko, I feel like the suspension could have been to where there is more... Look, I still have bugs all over this thing. Still, the front wheels should be tucking up into the body when it's pressed all the way down as far as it'll go, which it is. The rear is a little bit better, but still could go further. And the thing handles really well, so maybe they decided this is exactly how they want it to be. Before my shop gets infested with, like, what is that? I'm gonna go rinse it off right now, and I'll be right back. And get you all in the trash can and dump you out outside. I don't want to sprout a new species of space bug in my garage. There you go. Go that way or something. That's better. Bugs are gone, I think. So, body definitely took some damage. We have some cracks along the sharp corners. Cracked here, and here, and here. Like I said, I expected some body damage because this rolled and crashed a lot. Like I said, I wanted to make this into a video to help kind of determine how this car is going to be long term. I am very happy with the non-breakage of anything other than the body, because this definitely took some crashes that you want to try to avoid at all costs. I can't. And I'm happy to be in the position where I can show you this stuff so you don't have to do it yourself. Maybe the video will get you, will scratch that itch if you like doing stuff like this, but don't want to damage your own cars. I was a big-time skateboarder, a street skateboarder in my younger days, and so jumping down stuff and over things and like down steps is awesome to me. I love it, and so that's why I do it. And now I don't have to worry about breaking a leg. Well, that's not true, but I don't have to worry as bad about breaking a leg or something because I'm not riding it. Anyway, I touched on this a minute ago. I'm pretty sure, yeah, but it seems like they tried to make this car like almost everything, but in short course form, because it bashes pretty well as far as jumps and air control. I didn't try any flips, but it definitely has at least some air control. It takes bad concrete landings well. All the screws are protected with protrusions in the plastic, and even the chassis is barely scratched because of these skid protectors that are built into the bumper. It's super fast. It's quite obviously very durable. It's much better at not traction rolling with the suspension adjusted. Not quite as good as that, but totally different experience the Shiroi is. It's got power, like pure power. You can feel it there, and then it doesn't stop at 30 something miles an hour. It continues, and it's just it's a really neat, fun car in that regard. Of course, you can get all the parts for these at the Corrali website. Okay, so look at this. It might be hard to tell on camera, but there is no play in the steering between sides. You just barely move this tire, and this one moves with it. It seems if you shoe glue or tape up the inside of your body, you've got yourself seemingly quite a tank that most likely is gonna last you a long time. It's kind of funny that I thought this had a gyro, because driving this, I didn't feel like I was missing the gyro. Well, I thought it had one for a while. So yeah, I didn't feel like it was missing. When sliding, it does look like the wheels are turning into the slide. It really slides and handles pretty well. It spun out on me a few times, but it never really totally lost itself like some cars will do very easily without a gyro. They did a really good job with this.